Hi. Oh, all you see is hair. Hi.
Hi, beautiful.
Let me back this on up. Back this on up. And let me send this to.
Okay. I see everybody is on time tonight. I like that. I
Right.
like
Hi. I
that.
just knew everyone would be watching football right
Right,
now.
right. I like that
So yes.
everybody's on time, in tune.
Right. Thank you, everyone, for being here before we were. Thank you. Mm, Thank you, Mom. Oh yeah, you see my hair, girl. I did it today.
Thank you, Mom.
Oh, Omar joined it. Omar, can you send a request? Sorry, I didn't send you the right link. So if you click on those three dots and then send a request, I think it says. Sister Soul Sessions is coming into your world. There he is. There he is, big dog, big
Hello,
dog. Wild,
hello, hello.
Wild Bill, what's going on, my boy?
You still call me Wild Bill?
Yes. Welcome everybody to Sister Soul Sessions. This is episode 9. We are here live. I am Britney, one of your hosts.
And I am the co-host, Amanda Armour. And welcome to Sister Soul Session.
Yes.
Tonight we have Mr. Omar, owner of
Yes.
BildaBlunt official. How are you doing tonight?
I'm great. I'm excellent. How are you all doing?
Great. We see you already getting started, so you're doing way better than
I
we
thought
are
we
right now.
that's what we were doing.
I
I thought
mean,
we were
Okay,
hold
doing
on.
well,
Let me
hold
just let
on.
me just plug real quick for everybody. This is what he's smoking. He don't have the jars up, but I do. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? Build a blunt
mm,
all day.
yes.
What flavor are you smoking tonight, Mr. Omar?
So this right here, the reason why I'm smoking this one is I'm doing some experimenting on a new flavor that I'm trying to release next month.
Okay, okay. So you guys have heard it here first before I even introduce himself because I did this backwards, but we talk all the time, so excuse me. Everybody, this is Omar of BildaBlunt. Omar, go ahead and introduce yourself. Let everybody know about your business a little bit and about yourself.
So yeah, my name is Omar. I run a little company called BildaBlunt. So what we do is we make custom pre rolls, and we make a specialized pre roll we call bloom sticks. Essentially those are infused blunts in a jar. Um, similar to, let's say, like a Stizzy 40 or what have you, but
But nah,
ours are a little bit
thank
bigger.
you.
Yeah, they're made a little bit different. We have 12 milli, 12 millimeter tips, so
Yes.
they are very thick, almost like you're smoking a cigar.
Yep.
And yeah, we do some special stuff to get some more flavors out of your smoking experience. Get some more infusion out of your smoking experience. Just make it just an overall better experience.
Yes.
So we've been kind of pressing forward for the last year or two, and we're looking into getting licensed in the state of California. Manufacturing license, distribution license, so we can actually sell to dispensaries and things like that. We have a lot of dispensaries that are already interested. We're just trying to, work out like the legal stuff. They don't make it easy. They make
Of course.
things. Yeah, they want to make it as hard as possible. But we found a couple loopholes, so we're trying to, we came from the mud. We didn't, we don't come from money. We don't come from like, hey, let's get $100,000 loan and just like, start up this company. It's like, we started at grassroots, people around me, and that's kind of what built us up to where we are now. Just people around that fucking the brand.
Yes. And speaking of it being a grassroots environment, I want to touch on, the kind of our tagline here, embrace the culture, not a brand. So can you explain that a little bit and let people understand, like, you know, who BildaBlunt is as a brand?
Oh,
But
you over there
cannabis
choking?
brand
I'm gonna
like
have
that.
to give you some of that.
I know, yeah. Just so you
Yeah,
guys know, this will be the whole interview.
yeah, this is pretty fire. Sorry. Embracing the culture, not a brand. I mean, it's more about, you know, like I said, people, you know, and it's like what helped our company, you know, gain any popularity in Southern California has been, you know, the people, and we, you know, try to hear the voice and are the voice of the people.
Right.
So, you know, brands oftentimes trying to figure out
Is that my headphones? Oh.
whatever the voice of the people is. So, you know, when we go to live events, which we go every week, weekly, I mean, I visit sessions weekly,
Yeah.
like at least 3 times a week. So the people, like, you know, they come in there, they want a deal, they want, you know, they want, you know, a $5 gram, they want a, you know, a $20 rate, you know, they don't go to the, they don't go to the dispensaries. They don't know, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
they don't know about $50 eighths. Like, you know what I mean? They just call it, they call you crazy, but they'll gladly, you know, when we sample our blunts to them, show them what we got, like right in front of them. It's not hidden behind packaging and all the fancy stuff or whatever. It's right here in front of you. Like, and, you know, I'm watching you smoke it and I watch your eyes change. I watch your, you know, your face light up, and you know what I mean? And just
Facts.
understanding that when people, when people enjoy the experience of what they're, you know, what they're consuming, it, you know, it goes up from there. So we've been just trying to grind. We've came out with 9 flavors that we have on the docket right now. I think we have like 12 flavors total. We're coming out with our 10th, you know, official flavor next month, and that's kind of what I'm, you know, trying out right here.
Oh,
And
I smell it already. You over there choking? It's gonna be bomb.
we just try we try to be different, you know. We try to be different in the way we do things and the way we approach, you know, how we make our stuff, and you know, hopefully that, you know, that carries through. We have some cool announcements in October. We had you know, done a couple of uh, um, events that, you know, we had been in some, you know, pre-roll contests. So, you know, we got some news that we had placed in one of them. So that's going to be cool news to, you know, share with everybody. And, you know, we have events coming up. Like we have an event October 7th in LA. And we're going to be just trying to, you know, we're just trying to bring up the energy, you know,
Yeah.
bring up the energy in the, you know, in the community, bring up the energy in the culture, and just, you know, and just showing people what we do, and you know, we're there for him, for them, you know what I mean? We're stoners from stoners, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So is that how you came up with this concept, with this brand? Because you're a stoner, like what's the meaning behind BildaBlunt? How did you come up with that? Like, was you
Um,
just sitting there on some high shit? Like, how did you come up with that? I'm curious.
so, sorry. I came up, you know, I was, you know, a friend of mine. He's a chef, and he did a lot of infused cannabis, you know, type of cuisine. So, you know, he became popular in the cannabis scene. So, you know, he would, you know, have me come out with him and hang out and stuff, because at the time I was growing. I was
Right.
growing, you know, I was growing flower myself, and my plan was to make blunts with them. Now, I didn't have a plan for BildaBlunt or anything like that, but my plan was, okay, I'm going to grow and I'm going to make my own blunts with it. It's going to be some indoor, it's going to be fire, whatever, whatever, right? So that's kind of like how it germinated. And then, you know, when, you know, I saw these parties, I saw these events, and these aren't like, you know, what I was used to. I was used to like street stuff, like you go to a sesh, you go, you know what I mean? But these are like, you know, high class events with high concept, high concept products
Right.
that were very specific. And that's when I, you know, he was just like, you know what? if you want to be in this industry, you got to look around, figure out what people need, and it's not happening
Right.
you know? So that's what I did. And that's kind of how I came up with the concept of BildaBlunt. We started off like, okay, well, we're going to go to an event, we're going to build a blunt for people, and it'll be like ordering a pizza. You know, you get to choose your wrap, you get to choose your flour, extracts, we put it together right there for you. It's fresh. You know what I mean? And that's kind of, you know, what kind of got us a little bit of traction, but, you know, it wasn't a complete thought, you know, because
Right.
that's not a brand, that's not something that you can, you know, sell, you know, in bulk. That's not a concept that really
Can
sells
package it,
itself.
right? Yeah.
Right. So, you know, and I was doing some wholesale orders for some people, and you know, and one of my people, we came, well, Janos from the Sesh Collector, Active Sesh Collector. Yeah, he helped me come up with the idea of just like, hey, why don't we make sample size blunts? You know what I mean? Some because the blunts that we were making are like 3 grams each.
Yeah. I
They
thought you'd
burn for
have
like
one of
40
those. Yeah. I
minutes.
thought you'd have one of those
You know,
right now.
oh, dude, I do. Don't worry about it.
Okay, he won't let me
This is
smoke
just the
normal.
start,
Yeah, he won't let me smoke normal. It's always that. So that's why I'm like, yeah, what are you really smoking?
bro.
Hold
I
on.
mean, I don't understand why people can't just keep smoking. What?
Right, right.
So, so pretty much what we started doing was, I mean, we started, you know, we started off just trying to like experiment with different sizes, cutting the blunt in half, cutting the blunt, like, you know, we found a very specific size. We found a very specific packaging system. We started iterating on that. And, you know, the whole time we're selling, the whole time we're
Yeah.
sampling, the whole time we're showing people, right? So we're getting real life feedback. I would come out with the flavor, and a week later I would hear back, you know, this flavor worked, this flavor didn't work. Oh, I like the last batch better. So it's like we're iterating, we're figuring things out. Like for a while, I was actually, you know, blending, straining, and and boiling the sugars out of fruit to
Get
actually
the
like
flavor,
use on
yeah.
using on the outside of the blunts to get the smell and the flavor. You know, I was doing all types of stuff, right? So we were experimenting. Like this whole room is just, you know, a laboratory where we're just experimenting. I don't know, you know, you can see, you know, it's like this is like I wake up at 5 in the morning and I just try to think of stuff, right? And we put together
Most millionaires wake up at 5 a.m.
well, yeah, hopefully.
Say it, right.
Hopefully, so yeah, say it. You gotta say it with your mouth. So yeah, so basically, you know, we just have been grinding and, you know, trying to put out different flavors, listening to audience requests, going to events, just showing people who we are and what we do, and you know, it's been working. And you know, slow motion is better than no motion, and
Hello.
we got to make sure that, you know, we're always looking towards what's coming next, innovating, you know, not staying stagnant, because culture doesn't stay stagnant. You know what I mean? People, they get tired of the same things just like everybody else. You know what I mean? Just like anything, you know, they get tired of the same flavors, they get tired of the same, you know, so we wanna always be innovative with some new ways of doing things. We actually have some other products that, you know, kind of taking a back burner, or we're just still in R&D
Yeah.
on right now. Just experimental stuff that's crazy. And, you know, we've done them at live events and things like that, things like the Bong Bomb and everything like that, where it just kind of, you know, a new take on the smoking experience. And as somebody who medicates daily, you know, for anxiety, for stress, for, you know, depression, that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
you know, you need to have different stuff, because as any, you know, person who smokes knows, you same thing over and over, your tolerance goes up, you get, you know what I mean? And I don't want to be the type of business that just thinks that, you know, oh, we found this thing that everybody's going to come to.
Right.
No, we're going to come to you and show you what we got.
Do you find it, there's a lot of pressure to keep reinventing things because, like, as we know, the culture moves so fast, especially the cannabis culture, as we saw, you know, just going into dispensaries, doing those one-on-ones and sales pitches and stuff. Like, if I felt like it was almost like technology. As soon as we went in, there were new things, you know, like every 6 weeks. Do you feel that pressure of having to stay up and keep up with that?
Yeah, of course. I mean, and that's the great thing about having people around you that, are smarter than you, because then, when you miss something or something slips or whatever, and you're in a conversation and they can be like, hey, like, this is a new rule, you got to make sure, you adhere to
Right.
that. And then you go research and you go make sure that you're on top of everything, because, when you're on the fence like us, where we're kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out of this legal industry. There's the tipping point can be anything.
Yeah, as
The
we
tipping
saw.
point could be any interaction with
Yeah.
anybody. Like, you would think, somebody's coming up to you in Crocs and some short shorts, and you don't think nothing of them, but they could, be the owner of a huge distro that is like, you know what, we're gonna license you today. I mean, that's happened. And it's like, and it's kind of a thing where it's like, you know what, I always got to be on my toes. I always got to have my A game. I'm just moving everywhere I move. I have to think about it. I can't make just any move anymore. Where it's like, now I'm like, okay, well, now let's make moves that are going to propel the brand forward, and you do what's best for the brand, because the brand is what people are starting to
And
understand
recognize. Yeah.
and recognize, realize that, oh yeah, I've heard of these guys before. I've seen this guy before. Oh, I've heard their blunts are good. You know what I mean? Things like that. And when I hear that third person from some video somewhere that I saw, then it's like, that's cool. So it's like, all right, what do I do with that? What do we
Yeah.
do with that as a brand? Like, just keep down the same road, or do we, look for other ways? Is that going to be a distraction? It's not easy.
For sure. For sure, it's not. And with some of the connections that you've made in the industry and stuff, how hard is that to stay motivated when, like, that connection didn't go somewhere? Because I know that that was something that was disheartening for me anyway. When, like, we met with people from dispensaries and larger companies that we won't mention and things like that. And then you'll just be like, okay, like, you're all ready to go. And then it's not really a letdown, because obviously you didn't have any promise of anything, but like, how do you handle those type of like interactions that are just interactions now?
Um, you gotta realize it's a journey, man. Like, the whole thing is a journey. This isn't my first business.
Yeah.
So it's kind of reassuring to know that when you hear a no, that's not the final word. You know what I mean? So when you hear a no, it's like, all right, cool. So next time I'm gonna do this, versus, oh man, let me go home depressed and go,
Okay,
smoke
right,
and drink and
right.
stuff. You know what I mean? Because and when it comes to, things that you had hopes for, or you planned on, and things like that, it's like, you gotta, like you said, like, you gotta roll with the punches. It's okay. We put our hopes in this. We thought that this was gonna work out. That turned out to be something that wasn't the right timing, or wasn't, the right situation for us. And, thank God we have a base of people who fuck with us. You know what I mean? Because that's where we fall back on. You know what I mean? We fall back on, those people who hit us up weekly for 7 or 8 jars. You know what I
Right.
mean? We fall back on people who've been ordering 50 or 100 jars a week to try, you know what I mean, to sell to their delivery services and things like
Right.
that. And they deal with us because they trust in us, and they trust our product. And that that to us is way more important. Seeing, like,
Mm-hmm.
us trying to build a brand, you can fall on your face, but you building a relationship, they help build you
Mm-hmm.
up.
Yes, say that part. Yes, I want you to repeat that, because that is the most important thing, having those core relationships that are long lasting, obviously. So really cultivating that and not worrying so much about being this big, you know, I hear it all the time, you know, being a part of BildaBlunt, obviously every time I show somebody BildaBlunt, it is a, oh my God, I love this. It's so amazing. Oh, you guys should do this like cookies. You guys should do this like, you know, whatever other brand they can think of. And I'm just like, yeah, they
Right.
started
So
here
I
too.
was thinking too, like, I know it's hard to, like, you know, stay motivated. Well, you explain, you know, how you stay motivated and how you got all these competitors and stuff, and what makes your brand, you know, or your company different from everybody else that's out there, especially from California,
Yeah,
Vegas. Like, I know, you know, it's a lot of different places. And all you gotta do is see it one time on TV or TikTok or something, and they go viral, and everybody hits to one
right,
thing.
And everybody
right.
catch, yeah. But that's not. But you know what? There's a whole back end to that too, right? That one time on TikTok or whatever, that ain't their first video.
Yeah,
That ain't their first rodeo. That ain't their
that's
first time.
1065, right?
Yeah, like that ain't their first time spending, 20 hours and $1,000 to make a cool TikTok that
Hmm.
didn't go viral. You know what I mean? So I mean, when you deal with this industry, you deal with some backbreaking things. When say, okay, well, I gave some pre rolls to a guy who da 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 da. Who's,
Right.
oh yeah, we're going on here. We're going to sell them all, whatever,
That
whatever. And
part.
then it's like you trust them to do the right thing, and then they don't, and then it's like, oh man, so do you take that and just close up yourself? No, it's like it's stone soup. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? This whole thing is stone soup. Like everybody brings something to the table. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
If if I need to do an order, and this person has flour, this person has extracts, I can bring this to the table, and then we all come together and we make a
Collaboration is
product.
important.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the stone soup. I just bring the stone. You guys got the carrots and the potatoes and the meat.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? All I said is, oh, I'm making stone soup. Just put everything
I
inside
heard
it.
that. I heard that.
So that's how I envision, like, moving forward, how things are going to need to be, because we do see the market, and how in the legal market things are going down, and in the traditional market things are really weird, fluctuating, where a pack used to be worth
Oh yeah,
1,800, now
yeah,
it's worth 1,200. And then
yeah.
what are you gonna do with that extra? That's the grower. Though those nutrients they cost the same, sometimes more. So it's like you gotta be able to roll with the punches, and you gotta be able to figure it out. And I came up around hustlers
Yeah.
that it's like you figure it out. You know what I mean? We didn't always have money. You know what I mean? There was times where it's like I dead ass thought we were going on a trip for Christmas, and we were actually just broke. We came back from the trip. They brought us gifts. I was like, oh, so we ain't got no gifts.
I
Okay.
hate
Like,
Omar so much.
that was all late. It was like January 2nd, and I was like, oh, I thought we were coming home
Hey,
to
I
like.
got those January 1st gifts too. I would get
Look,
gifts on Christmas. Like I got you the
look.
first of the month.
I'm just gonna shake
But
my head, because I understand.
Yeah.
hmm
So I mean, I personally know that the way that I'm going to succeed is by utilizing and supporting the people around
right,
me.
right. How hard is it though when you're in that hustle mentality to turn that into business? Because as we've seen, it is different. You know what I mean? It is something that you have to really grow into
Hustling
and start to
is
understand all
about
that.
today.
Yeah. Hmm.
Hustling is about today. Business is about tomorrow.
Hmm.
And that is something I learned so fast.
Right.
When and this is partial. I mean, you take your lumps and you learn.
Yeah.
It's like
Right.
when you figure out, it's like, oh, okay, going into this legal business, you think that you know, it's not the same. You can't treat it like, okay, this is relationships
We
like the
couldn't do
other
the
is
same
relationship.
anything, right? Yeah.
Everything was like a little bit different. It's like, oh yeah, we're cool, but it's a little bit different. And it's like any business that only focuses on today isn't going to, you know, ever go further than, you know, whatever it is right now.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't care if that means you just have you have a business that you do, you know, you're a vendor at events, or you're, you know, you sell online stuff or whatever. If you're only thinking about today, then you're not gonna go far, because if today, you know, there's today can go well, can go not well.
Right.
But unless you're prepared for what's coming tomorrow, like, I mean, restaurant owners, if nobody shows up today, they still have to have all of their eggs, they still have to have all their milk, all their cheese, all the, you know, all their ingredients. And if that goes bad tomorrow, they still have to be, you know what I mean? And for us, you know, being able to, you know, those are growing pains that we're learning, and we're figuring out, and we're getting the bugs out of the system. And I think that, you know, it's like you get entrusted with more when you can be faithful with little, right? So it's like, you know, when you're able to control where you're at, that's when, you know, more is going to come. And we're looking at some bigger things, you know, very soon. And we got some influx of work and money coming in that will allow us to help build the brand even more.
Right.
So you'll see better stuff, you'll see better packaging, you'll see better quality, more consistent, you know. And I think that that's gonna help us get to the next plateau.
Oh, for sure. Definitely elevate. And that's what it's all about. And that's what the smoking experience with BildaBlunt is about. I feel like it's just, that's the feedback I get all the time. Obviously, we're always bringing this to other states because, as he stated, California is just insane for for starting a business. If you're not part of these huge conglomerates right now, it really is difficult because the growers are going through so much stuff. So definitely trying to get it in other states because they just don't have anything like this. That's the main feedback I've gotten from going to shows in Missouri. Hopefully we'll go to Oklahoma and start pushing it there. But it's definitely something that I push everyone. I know that I'm a part of it, so it sounds very biased, but obviously that's why I became a part of this and something that I promote very heavily because it is something very serious to me. Like my mom was even asking, does this help with like glaucoma and stuff like that? Because I've shown her some, because we have a lot of indica-based strains in ours. So like one of my favorites is the Italian gelato, of course. Yes, I'm going to keep plugging you guys. October 7th comes Koreatown, LA. But anyway, but yeah, it really does help. All of these extracts and all of the flavors that Omar creates himself. He literally decarbs the flower, breaks down the flower, builds these, created this from his brain. The most I've done has been like, hey, we can make this more uniform and make some PVC pipes. But everything is his brainchild. Everything is his brainchild. And it really, like, it is a full smoking experience. There are so many strains. Yeah, Amanda's had them. Yeah, Amanda's had them and sold them.
Right. And then you said you was trying out the new flavor. What's the experience from 1 to 10? You just over there just enjoying it.
He's over there dying, right?
Whoa. What did I miss?
I asked you, I said the experience. We talking about the experience of BildaBlunt, and you were trying out the new flavor. I was like, how was it, 1 to 10?
1 to 10, give it about a 7. I have some work to do on it. I have to kind of put the flavors together in a certain way for it to really be able to punch. So yeah, I do a lot of testing before I, release anything. So anything that I do release has been tested internally, and I test it live at events.
Yeah.
So I'll go to an event and say, hey, this is a brand new untested flavor. Tell me guys what you guys think. And then I record all that data, and and then we just determine, okay, we're gonna move forward with this, or we're gonna shelve it right now, or whatever. So yeah.
And how is horchata's going? How is horchata going? Because I know that's the newest one.
This is the newest flavor, sweet horchata.
Okay.
It's you know what? I just learned horchata. The actual flavor is actually from Africa.
Yeah.
And, yeah,
right.
I didn't know that before yesterday. That was fucking awesome.
Okay.
But yeah, so this has been it's been cool. It's been cool because it's different. It's different. It's a little bit it's a little bit, it's different doing a drink, because it's never exactly what you're going to experience, because when it's something that you're drinking, it's like different, types of taste buds, and you taste it in different places depending on what it is. So if it's a cinnamon, you're going to taste it like on the edges of your tongue.
Right.
Whereas if it's like a sugar, you're going to taste it on like the back of your tongue. Right. So it's like you're kind of trying to kind of dance on different things. And there's been some flavors that just won't work.
Yeah.
We tried strawberry a bunch of times. Unless you go with if you want to make a strawberry blunt that doesn't taste like cough medicine. You know what I mean? It's not easy, because it's hard to define. It's hard to define what strawberry is.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You don't want that candy, nasty, artificial strawberry.
You don't want the artificial strawberry. It's hard to define what a strawberry tastes like. Think about biting into a strawberry. What does it taste like? It's hard to define.
Different every time I eat one, to be honest.
Yeah, so it's hard. So it's like there's certain flavors that we've been working on for months, but that's part of the intrigue of it. And once we get more time and money and everything like that, where I can do a whole R&D department, that's what I'm about. It's about iteration and getting better. And it's like if you the first thing that you put out doesn't embarrass you, you released it too late.
Boy, you better listen. You better stop dropping these gems.
He came ready.
All right, I talk to him every day, y'all, so that's why I'm mad.
Come with it.
I'm better when I'm hot.
I talk to him early in the morning, so this is not.
Okay.
You could have told me that yesterday, but okay.
I didn't. It just came to my head right now.
No, I am so for it, and I love that. But with the iterations, you and I talk about this a lot, because like you stated, you've had several businesses. Do you feel like this is something that you've landed on because of your experiences in the past with all those other businesses, and you're just like, okay, this is it. This is what I'm going to push for. Did those businesses just have nothing to do with what you're doing now? How did those things, how did they relate?
I was always in love with, doing something for myself. I was always in love with the idea of being an entrepreneur, no matter what that meant. I mean, for years, I had different things that I did. I was painting houses. Had a moving company. I had junk removal companies or waste companies. You know what I mean? I would have whatever I would do I would go wherever the money was. You know what I mean? Wherever.
I want you to list all of them, because I want people to know your real hustle. You guys don't know. This is one of my very best friends. I do, because it's important, because I think a lot of entrepreneurs, they get so hung up on thinking that you have to stick with something, or that this one thing means that you're not an entrepreneur. When I mean, I want to list it.
Part of being in business. Think about Netflix. You would think way back in the early 2000s, Netflix was a company that would send you DVDs in the mail. And they only had 24 selections, and they, you know what I mean? For real. And a couple of, that's what they did.
And if they were out, they were out.
And then, so it's like, imagine if they tried to stick with that model. You know what I mean? That's exactly what it is. It's like
right now you dropping gems for other companies. Look,
let them know.
Bro, you gotta, if you are if you are a business owner and you are not flexible, you're gonna become Radio Shack. You know what I mean?
Hey, Missouri still has a FYE though, you guys. Okay, so Sam Goody's still alive in some
And
places.
Radio Shack is dumb. It's like they had the perfect infrastructure
To
to
keep going,
move
yeah.
into online, to move into online sales to compete with Amazon. Anyway, sorry.
Say that's for another segment.
Yeah. But no, Omar is like, now he got me coughing. Ultimate hustler. Ultimate, just like he's a brainchild. That's pretty much how I always explain him when I talk about like my business partner or whatever, because I will pretty much go into business with him on anything that he's doing. Because his mind just works that way. I know he's going to put everything into it, one, and then it's going to be as successful as he wants to make it, but it's going to be successful. You know what I mean? So he's one of those people. He's created so one of my favorite board games, my daughter's favorite board game of all time.
Oh my
gosh. He's created this from his mind, you know what I mean? And we literally used to come to his house twice a week for a game night, and it was his game. You understand what I mean? So that's why I want him to really dive into the iterations of himself, because it's really important, I think, for entrepreneurs, because even if what he may even think sometimes like, oh, that failed or whatever, because we talk about BildaBlunt a lot. He's like, and this one has to work. This is what I really want to do. That one failed. And I'm like, no, it didn't. Like, none of them failed. You just decided to stop and you started something else. Because he's really good at
fail until you quit.
Yeah, and really that's all that happens. But they're all successful. They are all just amazing ventures. So I really want him to stress the points of the iterations of himself, because that's really important just in entrepreneurship, to never give up and realize that all of your skills and talents will be used in some way, and he uses all of them. So
and don't get it twisted. When I give up on, like let's say, a company, like let's say my last company that I had a painting company. I would paint interiors of houses, right? Was doing well for years, but then, I literally gave up because COVID started. And nobody wants some guy in their house painting their house while there's COVID. I'm just sorry. It's not happening when COVID starts,
Chris
right? So
said, let's not forget about the cooking, right? Because he could have his own catering business too.
You can cook too,
man.
I mean, a couple of things, I dabble.
Do you have kids, Mr. Omar? You a family man?
I am. I have 2 kids.
Okay.
Two young kids. One is my girl is 1, and my little boy's 4.
Okay. So you juggling all this with 2 kids? That's what's up.
Yeah, we gotta, we gotta do what we gotta do. I gotta build a future for them, and I just never thought I could do that working a job where somebody tells you how much you can make. It's like this is what you're capable of making. So, work for us exclusively. And if you work for somebody else on the side, just don't let us know about it.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, okay, cool. Well, let me figure out how to make my own money. And I'll start from scratch. And, I'll show you, I'll see where I'm at in a couple of years.
All right.
So, and that's kind of always been my mantra. So it's like when something fades somewhere, I see that there's limitations. It's like, okay, well, let's pivot. Let's see what else we got. And then that's, and even how BildaBlunt came about. It's like, I just, I decided one day to say, okay, well, I'm going to build blunts like Build-A-Bear. You know what I mean? And then it's like, it's, BildaBlunt, Build-A-Bear, haha, you know what I mean? And, and it just kind of, and the more you laughed, the more we laughed about it, the more it kind of stuck. So we just, we kind of called ourselves that, and it started with the name. And then even then, I was just too overzealous. I was going to investors like, hey, I got this company, and this is the name, and this is what we're going to be doing and stuff like that. It just wasn't a complete thought. you know, and then that's because I hadn't gone through the fire with it, you know what I mean, to refine it. And then once you come out of the fire and you're confident, you know exactly how much your costs are, you know exactly how much you can make from this, you know exactly how many things, like, you know, you can't tell me anything about these once I don't know myself, because I've done it myself. I've done everything myself. I've sold them myself to people for a certain price. So you can't tell me the price point.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what the price point is, you know, and until you can do that with whatever your product is that you make at home, that that you're doing for yourself, then, you know, these people are going to eat you up in conversations. I've been eaten up in conversations, you know, like I've walked out of conversations embarrassed, you know what I mean? Like, yo, like, you don't know what the fuck you're doing, da-da-da-da-da, this is, you know what I mean, like, whatever. And, you know, you got to wear that, because a lot of times if somebody's telling you that has more money than you, then it's true, because they don't have enough time to waste to sit you down to tell you something, to tell you a lie
and coddle you, yeah,
yourself.
or and
You
make
know
it
what I mean?
nice a lot of times.
Yeah. So it's like, you know,
Yeah.
and it's like, but when you come back, you better come correct. You know what I mean? And that's kind of where we're in that stage right now, where it's like, okay, we see something here. Let's keep refining it. Let's keep letting people know what it is, and, you know, yeah.
So what was your hardest no so far, do you feel like you've gone through, and what you do afterwards?
The hardest no was when I went to this dude's house who, you know, he's a money guy or whatever, and we were talking about very specific numbers and da-da-da-da-da, and I was anticipating in my mind leaving that house with a check.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because the way we were talking on the phone and on the, you know what I mean? And then it was a complete 180. It was just like laying into me on every, yo, I have my lawyer look at this, and da-da-da-da-da, and you don't have this in order, and blah, 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 and why would you even da-da-da-da-da? And I was like, yeah, I told you all that. I thought you knew that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's why I needed you.
That's why I came to you instead of a bank. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking, right? I was like, I came to you instead of a bank because I know I'm sitting right. But, you know, but it's
So
like,
did you
what that means.
learn anything from that?
Oh,
Did you
yeah,
take
yeah.
anything
That
from
was, like, you know, that was a couple years ago. And that was my first big no. That was the first thing that took me back. And, you know, I think after that, I just was like, okay, well, let me go back to the formula. Let me go back to what am I doing, you know? And then, you know, just figure that out. Okay, well, how am I going to make money from this? You know, everybody can have an idea. You can build birdhouses, great. And you can be the best birdhouse builder on the planet. You know what the sharks in Shark Tank are going to do? Say, I'm out. They ain't going to fuck with you.
Yeah.
You know why? Because, you know, it's like, yeah, you can build those birdhouses. Can anybody else build those birdhouses? How many birdhouses? Can you build a million birdhouses in a month?
Right.
No. So why would I even fuck with you? And that's what a lot of people think. They think that, you know, their two hands creates a business. If your two hands is what's creating the business, it's not. And then that's why I figured out. It's like, oh man, yeah, people say, oh yeah, well, I do this on my own, or da 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 da. But it's like, yo, you need a team. You need a team, and you need to do what you can to cultivate that team. You know what I mean? Like, Kobe didn't need everybody every play, but he needed everybody, like, you know, most plays. You know what I mean? So it's like, even if I have a small order that, even if it's something I can do myself, is it better for my hands to be on that or my team's hands to be on that?
Yep.
So I can be focusing on tomorrow. Because if I was focusing on today, I would save my money. You know what I mean? I would, you know, get this little money and then hold on to it and then try to stash it or you know what I mean? Nah. If I get $1, I'm gonna split it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give whoever these people who are helping me out and who are here with me, and then the other is to build the
Yep.
business, get more jars, get more tips, get better this, get
Exactly.
more supplies, get more rollers. You know what I mean? Like it ain't about it ain't always about, and then that's why having a partner. You know what I mean? My wife, my partner, she's been, she holds shit down while I'm out here, hustling, trying to
Man.
keep the business afloat. She holds it down, for the family, and she's a nurse, so she's working. She goes out and she gets her shit done, and we we're helping each other watch the kids. So it's not just it's not a straight line. Every day isn't a straight line. Every day you wake up and, it ends differently than you thought it was going to begin. You know what I mean? Unless you're flexible, if you ain't a flexible type, if you're the type that needs security, if you're the type that needs to know, though, this is all great, but I just
I
need to
know.
know
I
this
need to know
little
what tomorrow
check is coming
looks
in.
like. Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't do that, then that's cool. You can do your shit on the side, and you probably should. You know what I mean? Because it ain't for the timid out here. You know what I mean? It's like I had a boss. This is one of my this is a job that I had like 10 years ago, and I need to call him because he was like right on the money about me. No, he interviewed me. It was for a QA tester position. It
Okay.
was like for a QA lead position. I was working with computers and technology and stuff, right? So he was like, you know what? I want to hire you, but I'm scared to hire you because you have the kind of personality that if tomorrow you said, hey, I want to be a captain of a ship on the sea, like you could
Go
actually
do it.
probably do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. I
And you
remember
could
you called me,
probably
told me
do it.
that.
Like, and then I was like, you know what? Since then, I've had so many, my own businesses and stuff. This is like a far cry this is like 9 years ago. This is a far cry from what I was doing 9 years ago, from anybody would have thought that I was doing 9 years ago. But I think that I flow with whatever it's like the Joker. If you're good at something, never do it for free. So it's like dude, I've been the type of dude, I'll be making guacamole real good. And I'm like, you know what? I can package this guacamole and go to the
But he
farmer's
could.
market.
But
And I
he
can do that. Like, that's
could.
the type of dude I
Yeah.
am. Like, like, you know what I mean? And people like that, with that kind of mentality, I think you're going to always go farther, and you're going to always see somebody who is never going to be obsolete.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what it's about, keeping relevance and staying out of
Yeah,
obsolescence.
that's me. I can do whatever I put my mind to. Just
You know what
Every
I mean?
skill,
seeing
every
one
There's a
hustle.
reason
time, I
why
can do this,
Snoop
I
is
can do that.
50 and he's still popular. He's still just as popular as because he's built himself an image to where it's like he is nigh escapable for being relevant. Whatever he does, it's like now it's relevant. You know what I mean? And it's like, and I think that's the difference between a trendsetter and somebody who's just like trying to catch up,
Trendy. Yeah.
yeah. And I mean, it ain't for everybody. You know what I mean? And I know that everybody on this live understands exactly what I'm talking about, because there's been many times where it's like you got to look into the eyes of somebody you love and tell them, I ain't got it
Today. Look, so what happened was, because I have this going on, and I had to pay.
Give me a few hours.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a few
No,
hours.
yep, and in a few hours, 150. Here you go.
Boom.
Yeah. What can you make
150,
today?
200, boom.
Here you
What
go.
can you make today? And then it's like, you got that down. Every hustler got that down. Yo, I can flip it. I can make $1.
Can you make it last and make it build upon itself?
How do you do that tomorrow? Yep. How do you make that happen?
Automation, delegation.
Yeah.
Until you get there, you can't even call yourself a business. If you can't survive off this without telling somebody else to do this part so you can get something else done, you don't have automation and delegation. Like, I hope that that's what you guys are getting from him right now. That is how he's able to do it.
Man, because my two hands can't be on the computer and a blunt.
I'm not gonna play with him.
So he calls me to be on a computer.
Yeah, I call her to be on the computer and while I'm smoking a blunt.
Yeah. Literally telling me what he wants. I'm like, you could have done this, but all right. But That's why I put that song on it. Who's the biggest boss that you've seen this far? Because my best friend does it, you guys. I'm always a big
That's what's
fan.
up.
And to the biggest boss, his wife. Because let me tell you, honey, you think that it's him.
Like
Let me tell you.
he said, she be holding it down. So that's what's
She
Man,
up.
does. She
more
does.
than that, like honestly, you got and that's what's so beautiful about them. And obviously I'm just all about love, but them in particular, like to
Got
see
the whole
how
blunt, man.
much she supports him and that team. And like we always talk about on our lives, you know, the feeling of invalidation from the people that you love. And like for you to have found a partner that just validates that, like, you got this, like look, I believe in you, like, you know what I'm saying, without saying
Right,
anything, like
that's
that
love.
is, yeah, that is so amazing.
That's
um
respect.
I'm
mhm,
lucky. I'm gonna
yeah.
be honest. I'm lucky. Every harebrained scheme that I've ever come up with, she was just like, all right. I guess she must have saw it in me when we first started dating. She was just like, all right, well, this nigga is gonna be out here doing whatever, but at least he's gonna be making money. Whatever he's gonna do, he like money too much not to make it. So I mean,
Right.
He's gonna get it. Oh
I
yeah.
went from a poker player to I was for about 2 years. I was running
I
my
mean, that's
own
what it's about,
underground
finding your
poker
niche.
club.
Yeah,
And it
he
was, I
was.
mean, yeah, I was running my own underground poker club for about 2 years, and I was, you know, I made my, like she said, I made my own board game. Um, I had,
We was
I
working
had
in the Caribbean.
I was working in the Caribbean for about almost a
You
year. I
brought
took
me out
Brittany
there.
out. I took Brittany out there. It was
No, Omar,
crazy.
once these hurricanes came, I was like, I'm about to call my best friend, see if he want to go with
Mm,
me.
Yeah, I was like, oh shoot. I was like, shoot, let's get this money. You know what I mean? He's like, yo, you wanna
We
make
were about to buy a
4,000 a
truck.
week?
No, for real, we were about to buy a truck to be over there. We don't even know how to put these lines up, but let me tell you.
Oh man.
But
that's
that's why
what's up,
this
though.
man is such a blessing. He's always been a blessing to my life. We have been friends since childhood. We obviously grew up in the church together. His dad is my pastor and uncle, daddy, everything. But
Okay.
just a brilliant person. That's why I wanted to definitely interview you. And I hope you guys check out our flyers and at the BildaBlunt store. We will be having a puff and paint October 7th. I just want to plug that again.
Zenfest.
Yes. And ZenFest. The ZenFest is free from 11 to 4. And then from 5 to whenever we get put out, I'll say.
We're gonna be doing a puff and paint. We're gonna have live. We're gonna have live models sit still while everybody, you know, tries to paint them. And we're gonna have, you know, DJs spinning music. We're gonna have a tattoo artist there. He's gonna be doing like, you know, little 2-inch bangers for like 40, $50. You know what I mean? Just on a discount. We're gonna have a massage therapist there. We're gonna have in the morning time, we're gonna have like 420 yoga. We're gonna have like a 420 meditation. We're
It's
gonna
a
have
whole vibe.
Yeah.
oh yeah, it's gonna be
A
a whole
whole
vibe.
vibe.
We're gonna have. I'm gonna try to get together a spades tournament. We're gonna try to get together a domino
Listen.
tournament. We're gonna have
And
some.
nobody's beating us in spades. You see what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah,
So come with it.
Yeah, my sister on playing stage, so I
I
hope
don't.
y'all ready.
Listen,
we got some
I'm good at
fire
every
food
hood.
vendors. We got some fire
Drink.
custom glass vendors.
Yes.
Some of them were actually in the chat earlier. I couldn't really, you know, speak to. I couldn't see. I'm
Yeah.
not used to this live thing, man. I'm old. But so yeah, like we got some really cool vendors coming up. We just got sponsored by Vibes. So we're gonna have some really cool things happening at the actual event. And like I said, in the beginning, it's free. So everybody just come out. You can, you know, bring your friends and stuff like that.
Shop the
Have a cocktail.
vendors.
Have a
Meditate.
smoke.
Medicate. Yes.
Medicate. Exactly.
He
Go in the
said
back and play some
yoga,
chess. Do some
spades.
yoga. Play some spades. You know what I mean? You don't talk shit in chess, but you can talk shit in spades and you can talk shit in dominoes. So you know what I mean. So we're just trying to like involve the community and, you know, just see where everybody, like, do a heat check. you know, for where we're at and for what kind of engagement we can garner from the people who are around us, with us, support us. We're partnered on this event with Princess from Perceptive. Thank you. I was thinking pervasive, and I was like, that's
I
the
got
wrong
you.
word. Perceptive, and mixed cocktails. They're going to be pairing cocktails with our blunt
Yeah,
flavors.
so
So, you know, you can sip and smoke, and you know what I mean? It's just a whole vibe, sensory. If you feel like, you know, I'm going to get a little tattoo, boom, bang it out. You know what I
exciting.
mean?
I
Oh,
probably
wow.
will.
You know what I mean? And there's gonna be there's gonna be, you know, there's gonna be a lot of cool vibes happening. You know, oh, and then afterwards there's gonna be an after party. We're gonna have some performances. We're gonna have some comedians, do some stand up,
Yes.
all that kind of stuff for a couple hours, and yeah, just like ride out the party. You know what I mean? We got the place till midnight, so let's go.
Yes. So Zenfest, and then BildaBlunt Puff and Paint. I did an edible once in Mexico. You know what?
Yeah. I did an
Well,
edible once in San Diego and tried to drive to Vegas, but it was like one of those cakes where it was like cut off in squares, right? You should have ate
no.
2 squares. I ate like 6 squares. Like I ate like half the cake.
And
But
what
at
was
the
the after
time,
effect?
I was sitting on my own shoulders like I was driving a double-decker bus, trying to drive that damn desert back to Vegas. It was crazy. So yeah, I don't suggest it.
But
Yeah, I
come
don't
chill
do
out with
edibles. I
us.
can't do edibles
Right,
myself.
Mom. We need a limo to get home. My mom would for sure. But yes, please come out October 7th,
If
Koreatown.
you're in LA,
We will.
if you're in
Yes.
LA, if you're in San Diego, fuck it.
Yeah,
If
no
you're
matter
in the
where you
IE,
are, you want to come
yeah,
out.
like come out, you know what I mean, and just have a great time. And we're going to make sure that everybody who's there has a great time.
Yes. So please join us. And of course,
Thank you guys so much.
visit. No,
Thank
thank you
you
so much. I
so
truly
much.
appreciate it. You taking your time out. I know you'd be rolling right now.
Yeah, I have some blunts to finish.
Experiment.
Visit at BildaBlunt store at King Jofi _ BildaBlunt, of course. You can purchase tickets. It's listed everywhere, but we will continue to post.
Link is
So
in my
check out
bio.
for that. Yes.
Link is in my bio. There's several tickets. There's the VIP tickets, which are $60, $50 each for couples. And those ones come with a lot of perks. You get dinner, you get drinks, you get a full jar to yourself of blunts and stuff. So it's like we really try to go out and try to, give back, and $100 to
Mom.
go out with on a date and get to experience all of that and then leave with goodie bags and freebies and everything like that. Like, come on.
The Kill Your Pizzazz said, what does $50 consist of?
$50. So if you were to buy a VIP ticket, right? One VIP ticket is $60. If you were to buy a couple's ticket, it's $100. So it goes to $50 a piece. And how that works is, your experience would be you would come in, we would give you your gift bag, it's a specialty VIP gift bag with a bunch of goodies inside and some vouchers. The vouchers would be good for a free cocktail from the mixed cocktails guys. It would be good for a free dinner and a complimentary dinner. And you get a complimentary full jar of boomsticks. That's four blunts, right? And so you get to be in the VIP section and all of that stuff, and rub shoulders with some of the influencers, and we're trying to get some celebrities out, and we're trying to get Black Jesus, Slink Johnson out. He's tried the blunts before and he's liked them, so we're trying to make that connection. We're trying to make we have some other connections with some other people we're going to try to keep, for right now. But really, I'm really trying to make that experience for the VIPs like a real true VIP experience for not much money. You know what I mean? like I don't want to have to hit somebody over the head with $200 to you know, just to be to feel important, you know. So yeah.
Somebody said blunts on fire. Yeah, peace. Snoop Dogg, mom is crazy.
I'm gonna try.
I know, yeah. No, trust me.
Why
We're gonna try.
Yeah, he gonna hear about it.
not? I'm gonna try.
But it will feel like
one
that regardless. You definitely want to come out. And please, yeah, visit the links in everyone's bios because tickets are on sale. Like I said, you definitely want to VIP.
Vendors. We need vendors.
Yes,
So
and we need more vendors. We have a huge
we
space.
have some space. We have space for vendors. So hit me up. Hit up Britney, and we can get you in there. And if we and sponsors, we're gonna have a lot of like I said, we're gonna have a lot of VIPs. So they're gonna be posting, reposting, tagging sponsors that put things in our VIP bags. So if you are a brand that can't personally be there and you want to say, hey, here's 10 pieces of my products or like some promotional stuff, we'll take it and we'll promote you and we'll post you up and we'll try to get you followers and stuff like that because that's us trying to work together to make the whole experience a good one. You know what I mean?
How much for vendors? On our pages, we have a few different things posted because we have a few different rooms. So
yeah,
it would be a lot to
have
explain,
a different room. So if you DM us, we will give you all the information for to be a vendor or to be a sponsor. And trust me, it's gonna be dope. And this event is kicking off point for further events because if this event is dope, then we're gonna quickly schedule a next event that's gonna be doper.
Right.
We're gonna quickly schedule a third event that's gonna be like even more
OG, triple OG,
bigger.
yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So we're I don't always plan on reinventing a wheel, but there are bigger wheels. You know what I mean? And let's level up.
So we're all big about collaboration. So this is our Puff and Paint Cuzo. It's going to be in LA, Koreatown. So we're just plugging that. I know you have your Buzz Bites. So yeah, fly out October 7th. You have time. LA is a place to be around October time anyway. So let's go.
Whoa.
And we're definitely excited to collaborate. So all vendors. Vegas area. I know I have some Vegas people in here as well.
Vegas,
not too far of a drive, so we'll definitely be sending more invites to everybody.
And we're gonna be doing some raffles and stuff in the upcoming weeks for some free tickets and free VIP tickets and stuff. So we'll fill everybody in on that. So
LA mom.
Hopefully, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So send out the info to people that you know because all
Miss Brenda, she's for sure going.
Yes.
Sure going.
Right. We have to get her the whole day. So Spring Bath and Body Works, I'm sure that will do great, especially during Zen Fest.
Yes. Well, we got you a
don't get her started, y'all. You know she coming.
Oh yeah,
she
definitely coming. She better come.
She coming.
That's the first person I thought. I honestly did think about your mom.
I already know. I already know.
Because I just remember when we would
go
to the swap meet.
Mom, you do not have to get on the mega bus.
I remember when we would go to the swap meet and we were chilling and she was selling the Bath and Body Works and we're just chilling at the swap meet.
We was having a good old time, huh? The swap meet.
Yeah.
Yes. So definitely, we're gonna have some sound therapy with sound bowls. I mean, it's a whole vibe from the morning to night. So you definitely want to be a part of it.
Who's cooking Caribbean tacos?
Man, I saw that.
Man, I wish I could fly out with some wings and be a vendor.
Well, move your date up. Move your date up.
Yeah. So we're gonna be going up. We're gonna be going up this October, and after that, there's Push Stock, and you know, we have a few events lined up like for the fall and the winter. So we're kind of, you know, moving in the direction that we want to go. And then once the brand gets to a point where we're in stores, forget about
Yes, when we can do those sales pitches again. So that's another thing about confidence, having to be on a face-to-face sale, trying to sell your brand that he created in his brain to somebody who doesn't care and they just make millions every day, you know, things
it.
like
Right.
that. So he makes that happen. It's fun.
Yeah. It's like, how do you impress somebody who's seen everything? That's what you gotta put in your mind. What you're gonna impress? How are you gonna impress somebody who's seen everything?
Hmm. Especially in the cannabis
Consistency.
industry,
No,
like
the
that's all that they
answer,
do.
the
Yeah.
answer, the answer is consistency.
Hmm.
The answer is consistency. If you, if they've seen everything, they've never seen you do it
Hmm.
consistent, and being consistent at it, and then that's what's going to trigger people because you know people who hold the keys, they're not in a rush.
Right. Yes,
The
that.
people who hold the keys aren't in a rush. If you're in a rush, you're gonna be the one that's gonna make the mistake. They're not, because they hold the keys. You know what I mean? So it's like those. I mean, and it's a very general, you know, illustration, but I feel like it applies to so many areas. Whether you know, you're on a job, whether you're, you know, whatever. So I just feel like it's a lesson that you have to learn to understand where you have to be positioned.
Right.
It's not about the system. The system is what it is. We know the system.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You already know the game. It's like, how are you going to position your pieces? It's chess.
I still haven't learned chess, but you know. But my nephew knows it already. My little king, his son, he already knows. He was telling me, he said, Auntie, this is bishop, this is a king. I was like, well, you know what? So the legacy building that he does as well, he really means that. He sees life that way. And I think him probably knowing chess has helped because that is how you play for real.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Man, they don't even want to see me in Monopoly.
Well, here we go.
Brittany, you already know the vibes in Monopoly.
What is
Don't
one of
do
the gifts
this.
I got you? What is one of the gifts I got you?
A wooden Monopoly set.
Yes, you had to build it. It was wood, okay?
Wood.
It was made out.
So listen, it's
like,
made out of,
like it was like hand carved. It was like a hand carved Monopoly set made out of wood that
because
you
he's
had to,
that
like,
obsessed with Monopoly, first of all.
Yeah.
And he has to
We would
prove
have
if
whole
he
Monopoly nights where people, like, we would have like 6 people come
days.
through,
And the
and we
same
would
people
stay
would come
over there
back the
until like
next
2,
week.
yeah, like 2, 3 in the morning.
I have videos. I'll show
Yeah.
you this. It's crazy. But he's obsessed with Monopoly, and if he meets you, like, I think it might be like a trust thing, like you're not in the circle until you play this, or like he feels like you can
Remember
almost
when me
beat
and
him or
your brother
something.
almost got in a fight?
I was about to go there. Wait, we're playing Monopoly. It was intense. There's only 3 people left. So I don't know if you know that there's elimination in Monopoly, but at his house there is.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
only 3 people left out of like a 15 people game. It was a 15 people game of Monopoly, which I've never played. There's 3 people left. That's how long this game has gone on. David, him, and there's somebody else. They're fighting at this point. It's like dominoes, and there's $300.
I think it was your fault too. I think it was
Why
your fault.
always gotta be my fault? Why it always have to be my fault? Why everybody fights?
Because we were talking about the rules or something, and yeah, it was crazy.
Oh, because they be cheating. Because they like to do trades with people that they're not even in the game anymore, and all kind of, you know, I can't say the word.
No, it ain't even
like
that.
But
you know,
they call it negotiating, and it's a game, and this is a game of life, and that's how they were playing. Like, it turned into a whole other game. It turned into craps on the street. Like, it was crazy. But yeah, it's, you know what I mean? And he really does play everything like that, though. Like, everything is, well, how much can I get? Well, how much more can I get? And I think that's very important in business and being an entrepreneur, period, because you have to always have that hustle mentality. You have to always have that underlying fire and tiger in you because but that's why I plays Monopoly, girl. So much so.
Uh-uh.
So much,
That's not right.
so much so that I bought him this grand Monopoly set.
People don't want to play Monopoly with me. So that's, you know.
But no one wants to play Monopoly with us. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to try that out. I'm gonna have to try you in Monopoly.
No,
I
don't.
like Monopoly.
Don't. No, you don't. You thought you did. You thought you did.
I don't even want to hear. I don't even want to hear about it if you buy railroads.
Here we
If
go.
you buy railroads, I don't even want to hear about it.
First of all, I bought all four of them. First of all, I buy all four of them. Okay, so
nobody buys all
Mom
four
said
railroads.
families again.
Because we've had game night at Mom's house where it's gotten crazy. His dad even came out. We're playing like it's been that crazy. Playing dominoes. Yes.
That was funny.
People have been cussing each other out. Tables have been broken. Like it's just so yeah. So come out to Zen Fest.
Come out to Zen Fest. We're just gonna be us. You know what I mean? We're just a vibe, and that's what we are about. Is just setting the vibe, setting the atmosphere, and just letting everybody, you know, show what they're about. Because the next one, we're gonna be like, all right, well, what were we missing? What did they want? How can we make it better? I'm all about iterating, man. I have a lot of people who support me and support the brand that, you know, have been supporting the brand for years. And they you know, and they faithfully weekly or what have you, just to be able to move the needle a little bit forward. You know what I mean? It's like I might, you know, you might think like, oh, well, you know, whatever, he has his, you know, whatever. It's like, no, that $200 order that you bought, you know, 8 jars with, and you get to share with your friends and you know, smoke yourself for the next 2 or 3 weeks. Well, what that did for us is allow us to design for another, you know, flavor that we can, you know what I mean? We can't do that on our own. And nothing is free, as we all know, and everything is going up in price. So it's like we're trying to use everything that comes in, and like I said, turn it into stone soup. Like how
that's gonna be, because I'm gonna name that. I'm gonna name this episode that.
Right.
I'm gonna name the episode.
My college Snoop now. Mom's so silly.
Please do. We're gonna start going to concerts and stuff, just so we can somebody gets it.
I'm telling you. I mean, there's no reason why, you know, BildaBlunt tastings blunt bar can't be at every Triller Fight event. You know what I mean?
Speak that into
in the back, and just like everybody, you know, everybody gets free blunts. You know what I mean? Or complimentary blunts, you know, based on, you know, it's like we have so many opportunities because of the style of what we're trying to do, and the fact that we're willing to sit in front of you while you try our stuff, that it just, you know, it just kind of steers in a different direction that a lot of other companies that do a similar thing. It's like, it's about being different. It's about being different. If you don't have money, you got to be different. Period. You don't have money, you got to stand out. And that's about like I had to learn how to do everything from create my own logo to you know, figuring out how to do my own jar labels and stuff until I got a designer, and then I got to get a new designer, and then we had to, you know, like it's not a straightforward path, and anybody who started or does a business knows that. You know what I mean? Or, you know, should know that, because
I definitely do.
Yeah, I mean, because we ain't all start out with, oh yeah, small $1 million loan, and, you know, but I made it off my own bootstraps. Nah. You know what I mean? If we can put $20 together and get 60 stickers, that's 60 blunts. All right, well, how much can we make off of 60 blunts? All right, cool. Well, we're gonna take all that money and put that into these, and we're gonna get 500 stickers. How many does that make? All right, cool. You know what I mean?
What
Like,
did Mike Epps say? You're going to take 40, you're going to flip it. And then you're going to take 8 ball, you're going to flip that.
you know what? He was talking about the drug dealer math. He was talking about the drug dealer math.
That man just said it to me.
I'll call Britney. I swear to
I
God, I
gotta
call
do that
Britney at
real
5 in the morning.
Mhm.
I call Britney at 5 in the morning, and I'll be high, right? Super high.
And I just
And
got
I'll
to
be
take
like,
notes.
all right, Britney, take notes. And I'm doing so much math in my head.
Yeah, it's
for
insane.
And I'm doing it out loud so she can write it all down, because I have to write this down for a customer, right? It's like, okay, well, he wants 100 blunts and he's putting this flour in, and this flour is $800 an ounce. I mean, $800 a pound, and there's 3 pounds. So this is, you know what I mean? So it's like I'm going through all of the math, breaking it all down. I do it in my head because that's just the easiest way for me to do it. And
I lost it
really?
4
She's
decimals
writing
ago.
it down, and then she's like putting it in a calculator. She was like, "Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right." So it's like, it's so funny because it's like, you know, when Mike Epps, he was talking about like the drug dealers, it's like 45, like real fast. It's like that because we just do math in our head all day.
He's like, wait, that's 9,800, right? And I'm like,
And then
yep.
it's like, and then
when I get done, that'll be the answer.
When you start like doing fractions.
Mm-hmm.
When you start doing fractions in your head, I was never good at math growing up, because this is why. No, this is why I was never good at math. I hated the order of operations. I would get the right answer, but I would get it in my own way. And the teacher was like, show your work. And I'm like, I can't. And then I would try to show my work, and it would come off with a different answer that was the wrong answer. So it would mess me up all the time, especially in the like bubble-in tests and stuff like that. So I always thought that I hated math until I started weighing out weed for people.
I'm not gonna play around. But
once you start converting fractions into dollars, then you can do anything.
And I'd be lost. I'm like, wait, how did we get to 20,000? I lost you 3 decimals ago. I don't even know where we are, but I wrote it all down.
He
Here
said,
you go. Here's whatever you said.
Takes.
Yeah, I just sent him, hey, here's what you said. This makes sense to you.
Here's what you said.
And then I just convert that into some type of structural information that can go to somebody else to make it make sense. And that's how we do business.
So what is your ultimate goal for BildaBlunt?
Well, there's no ultimate goal. There's a bunch of penultimate goals. There's new plateaus. I think the thing that, you know, is most pressing on my heart right now within the next like year or two to, you know, get started. Well, hopefully within the next year we can get started, but really it's going to take a while for it to be, you know, strong enough to like kind of stand on its own as a subscription service where we you know are able to get our clients or customers bi-weekly or weekly boxes with not only our blunts, but, you know, some different you know items, and like, you know, like lighters and ashtrays and things like that, so where they can, you know, they can have their own experience, and, you know, even have like, you know, carts and flour and things like that that, you know, just kind of round out their smoking experience. You know what I mean? You can't always smoke a blunt, but, you know, we might come out with a cart later that, you know, has similar flavors. Who knows? You know what I mean? So we're just trying to you know, create our own ecosystem through the people who support us. Because if we can get, you know, 100 supporters, 200 supporters, 1,000 supporters that monthly will, you know, hey, this is my smoke. This is what I smoke monthly. Then we a whole lot. You know what I mean? You don't need everybody.
Quality.
You know, in order to make in order to make a lot of noise, it's like you need a group of people who are willing to, you know, partner with you. And a lot of times that's financially, and that's your people. And I mean, let's be honest, like our people don't do that the greatest. You know what I mean? And I think that through what I'm talking about, hopefully I can help, you know, change some of that. You know what I mean? I'm very open as far as working with other brands, working with other people, you know, and it's like somebody says, hey, I got some people out here that might like the product. It's like, shoot some blunts. Let's see what they say. You know what I mean? Like let's indoctrinate people through experiences, you know, and that's how you create friendships. That's how you create, you know what I mean?
A culture. Yeah.
Yeah, like all the best bosses and all the bosses that have got me the most money at any job that I've ever had have been not because, oh yeah, well, Omar's the best worker on paper and da 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 da. No, it's like he's here on time every day. No, it's because, you know, it's building a relationship, it's building a rapport, it's being able to be that person that they need you to be for whatever purpose that is. Like in being that, you know, every single time. If I have somebody who will drive 50, 60 miles that will come and buy from me and pass up 100 dispensaries to buy from me, you know what I mean? You think that I'm going to skimp on them? You think that I'm going to give them a lackluster product that I don't believe in? No, hell no. You know, and it's like I don't think that anybody couldn't see through that. And I think that we see through it with a lot of other blunts and pre-rolls, and that's kind of why, because it's like when you hear pre-roll, you're like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because we've been burned so many times, figuratively, literally, you know what I mean? Like, you know,
consistently providing that quality.
They take the money and run, and so does their blunts. You know what I mean? So, like, you know, they run in the blunt run. But with us, we try to make sure that we are doing the best that we can. We make hand roll products. Not everything is going to be 100% perfect, but it's still going to smack. It's still going to hit. You know what I mean? There we go.
And those are the reviews that we keep getting.
Right.
So, you know, but yeah, I love that. Consistently providing quality products and quality experiences. And that's what produces loyalty and the rapport with, you know, customers and just networking, sponsors, all of that. So
yeah,
we have gone way over our normal time, but thank you everyone that's joining now. Football must be over.
Everybody's just joining right now.
Yeah, like
I'm
like, I guess it was good to keep going.
It got good. Conversation got good.
Right. So I will say that anybody that has listened to this or, you know, hears this, if they hit me up tonight and they want to place an order for any, you know, pre-rolls, any of these bad boys right here, I will do free delivering and free shipping. We have 9 different flavors. This is one of
my favorite is mango, gelato,
blueberry. Gelato, and blueberry. Those
Linda Green said, question, what makes BildaBlunt better than any other's weed?
So how we make it, one of our big things that we do differently is we take an old school technique and kind of, you know, put a flair on it. We use honey. We use an infused honey that we infuse with a lot of times rosin or diamonds, and we seal the blunt with that. What that does is a couple things. One, it keeps it fresh. So the paper, because we don't use tobacco. When we were using tobacco, because originally we were using tobacco, the honey would keep it fresh. It wouldn't, you know, so it wouldn't dry out. And what it does is it makes it burn evenly and slow, and adds that extra punch of infusion, especially after we add our kief. So when you smoke a BildaBlunt, it is always going to burn evenly. It always burns with a nice, clean white ash, and the taste is the taste and texture of it is similar to, I would say, smoking a hookah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's very easy on your throat. Where, like, you know, you get a lot of blunts that, like, you know, you hit the back of your throat, and the flavors are different. You know, when you smoke it, it's like, oh wow, this is like, you know, it's like, even when somebody says, oh, this is tropical punch, whatever kush, and I'm like, all right, cool, and it tastes like weed. You know what I mean? It all just tastes like weed, you know. But when you smoke a BildaBlunt, it's like, oh shit, this tastes like blueberry. Oh shit, this tastes like, you know, pumpkin pie. You know, we actually do have a pumpkin pie.
I was like, why do you bring up one that's old?
I'm actually super excited for October because we're gonna bring back the pumpkin pie.
Okay, awesome. Ooh, so there'll be horchata, pumpkin pie, and Italian gelato all at once.
Yeah.
How long is the effect? I mean, it depends on how much you are smoking in your session. So if you smoke the whole thing, it's a gram.
All right, so I went to it's a gram of weed. Each blunt, do I have one around here? Yes. Each blunt is 1 gram, right? Well, they're usually keefed. This one is not, you know, finished. But so with these blunts right here, on the inside of them is hand ground flour with hash, as well as diamonds. And when we put the glaze on the outside, the glaze is infused with rosin, and then we infuse it again by putting keef on it. So, and the keef is activated ahead of time, so, you know, as soon as it burns, you're getting the cannabinoids. So
it's gonna last you 24 hours, Mom. Be out
for
the
some
whole
people,
day.
Seriously.
I smoked with a friend.
Ooh, apple cider is a good idea.
Oh, that is a good idea. I smoked with a friend this weekend, and we smoked 2 of these. I usually smoke 2, and, you know,
Omar doesn't count, you guys. Yeah.
So, but he smoked them with me, so I mean, I would assume like 1. He was so high. I think like 2 hours later, I think he vomited. Like, he was that high.
He was
like
gone.
To the point where he couldn't stop talking about how high. It was like crazy. But I was just like, really? I'm about to smoke another one. So it's different. It's based on who you are.
I didn't have that effect, thank God. But I was high.
So we had a puff and paint. What were some of the comments that you got, Amanda, from the puff and paint from people that were there?
They came and they shopped and they shopped and they wanted more and they wanted more.
Right.
It was like the crack in the 70s. It was like they wanted more. They enjoyed it. It was a nice experience.
Why you gotta call our product crack? Hold on. Reverse that. I gotta.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, that's funny. But
that's why we got edits. When we get down to the nitty gritty here on Sister Soul Sessions.
It's like, I feel like Nino Brown. It's like they want
to. Because we went after. This is the after hours of Sister Soul Sessions.
Yeah, I guess it's one of those. So if it's after hours, can I smoke again?
I mean, I've almost drank this.
I'm gonna smoke.
I'm out. Oh.
You guys are out?
No.
No, I'm out of drink.
Oh, you're out of drink.
Apple spice green apple. I like the apple cider, for sure, because that would be very tasty.
No, she's just throwing out flavors.
You know, Mom. She's gonna be like, I can give y'all recipes to my tamales and make
apple cider.
Like those caramel apple suckers.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that
or candy corn. That's like my favorite. Oh,
no.
I love candy corn. No.
Wow.
I love candy corn. So if you get the caramel, listen, guys, hold on before you
at Easter.
Here you go. No, but Malaya does, so I have to eat a little bit of it. So I can just feel like Easter. But if you get the caramel candy corn and some cashews together, just put them in a bowl together, you guys, change your life.
Okay, I might try it that way. You know, I'm always up to try new things, but yeah, I don't like candy corn.
Yeah, no, we're good on the candy corn.
She's talking about, okay, my cut. Oh, goodness.
Well, I guess we could end our Sister Soul Sessions. We have gone 30 minutes over, but been such an illuminating episode. Omar of BildaBlunt. Yes, no, thank you so much. You dropped some gems, seriously.
Yeah, I should do this more.
It was nice having you on Sister Soul Sessions. Look at that.
Nice. No, I said I should do this more. I don't do lives,
right?
Because I'm just kind of, you know. But yeah, I will definitely be joining in whenever you guys would have me, especially if you guys are smoking during, because I don't really have nobody to smoke with. A lot of this time.
Omar, shut up.
I'm not gonna play with him.
What?
Oh, it's raining in Vegas right now? Oh, it's raining money. Thank you, Mom. Yes, it will be.
Oh,
sorry.
Right.
Sorry, guys.
I have well, if you don't mind, Mr. Omar, plugging yourself and letting everybody know, the viewers, where they can find
you. Yeah, and
can
you pin the website where they can order as well? Because I'm just gonna
in the
keep showing that part. Yeah.
I do that. Oh.
So in the comment, yeah, just put it in there, and then it'll ask you if you want to pin it after. That way, when I do shorts and stuff like that of this part, I can put that in. Now this is just for us guys, whoever is left in here.
Oh, shoot. I got they messed up.
Yep, thank you.
All right, I still got 8
viewers.
They said what's happening.
Oh, I already know Tennessee's ready for the BildaBlunt baby order. Yeah, what kind of order did you get that one time, Omar, from Chattanooga, where they were just making up stuff?
What happened now?
The order from Chattanooga that you got, where they were just like creating their own blends.
Oh yeah! Oh my gosh! I just finished an order. I love it because when somebody knows all the the off menu flavors and they only order the off menu flavors, like, oh my gosh!
Like, I got the real menu right. So yes, Chattanooga peeps, thank you.
Thank you so much. You guys are great. I have delivery going out to you guys today, actually. So yeah.
Right. And they're gonna be hitting you up again, because you know I'm always shouting, dropping videos and reels.
Yes.
Support the brand. I need me a hat. I like that hat. I'm gonna have to give me a hat.
Girl, I don't even have a hat.
We gotta get us a hat.
I don't know why I didn't take one out of your truck. I'm sure there was one in there.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna be coming out with more apparel very soon too.
Yeah.
So
we're gonna have a whole smoking club, BildaBlunt smoking club apparel.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna have there's gonna be just branded stuff like BildaBlunt, like I said, lighters and torches and ashtrays and things like that people can get just to help support the
right
brand.
Hopefully the next segment or the next interview will be in live in person at an event. That'll be awesome.
Actually, we could probably do it October 7th.
Yeah, I'll go live. I mean, I'll be there. So
I'm gonna time in.
Yeah, I'll definitely do the live during ZenFest.
You know what?
Because
in the morning, maybe we can have a blunt rolling competition too.
Ooh, that would be good.
There's somebody think they can roll a.
Count me.
Who can roll? I mean, how big are the blunts? Because I do cute. Not like that. I can't roll backwood.
Well,
nah, I can't either.
That's a whole different competition than a blunt rolling competition. A backwood rolling competition is a backwood rolling competition.
Yeah, completely different.
It's completely different. A lot of people be like, "Oh, you can't roll a backwood." It's like neither can you. Good.
It's still gonna look like that.
Fold it over, look like a slug. Nah, man, it gotta look like the cigar.
I can't.
If it don't look like the cigar, then I don't know what you're doing. You're not getting the best out of it.
Yeah, I mean, I've asked Robert to make the t-shirts. I've sent him some of my designs for shirts that we've already created, but so we'll see.
Let's talk about how
many
Instagrams you got. You done jumped on here and became a different person, Mom.
Right, Mom. You on a whole different Instagram.
Said she up with it.
I don't know how
I'm
to
just gonna keep joining this part. Oh, you didn't? Okay, hold on. Let me pin it then. Oh, I can't pin your comment. You can tap on your comment and hold it.
I did. Okay. Did I pin the right one?
Where it shows Linktree.
Linktree/BildaBlunt. That will take you to our all of our different tickets. Okay. So, you know, if you want to get a couples ticket, if you want to get a single ticket, you can do that. And this is for the Puff and Paint. The other event, the FinFest, with, you know, all the classes and all that stuff, that's free to the public. So.
Yes, we're going to have meditation while you get medicated, sound therapy, yoga, vendors, and we'll have different vendors probably from the day, different from the Puff and Paint, so you definitely want to experience both. But yeah, it's going to be an all-day experience. So
if you want a massage, we got you.
I will be there.
We got you. If you want liquor, we got you.
I'll be there too.
You know what I mean? What else you want? You want to get a tattoo? We got you.
I'll be
I
there.
was thinking about having a barber there giving haircuts. Like, if I can find a barber who's down to, you know what I mean? Why not?
Why not? So I need to find a braider then.
That takes
have some meditation. Hey, listen, how much does that cost? You can have some sound bowls going, smoke, and get your hair braided. That's something I want to go to. And my shoulders massaged. Come on.
And your shoulders massaged? I'm telling you.
But yeah, the live model. Right. Have me a jerk chicken taco. But the live models, I'm really excited about. Omar is also an artist. I don't know if we said that. Jack of all trades, like a real one. He's talking. Yeah. So you know how we had a Puff Paint with paints and canvases. Right. He's like, I think I'm gonna put some charcoals out and some pastels. I was like,
right.
I know where to get these easels and paint for the low. I don't know about the other.
I haven't. Drawing
environment.
The thing about a life drawing
draw me like
environment
one of your French girls, Jack. Yeah.
Draw me like one of your French girl things, right? So in one of those classes, it's
different mediums that you can use.
It's fun.
I'm excited. I'm super excited.
Yeah, it's fun. It's like you get to see somebody up there, and you get to, you know, just draw or paint or whatever, and then, you know, socialize with the person next to you. Figure out, oh yeah, they paint good. Oh, this person is worse than me. You know what I mean? That's to me, that's always been interesting. Being able to paint like the human form right there. Mm-hmm. That was one of the things when I used to work with kids back in the day. I would sit and draw. I would draw them. I would just I would have them sit there for like 30 minutes, and I would draw like, you know, not like a caricature, but like, you know, as much as I could get it to look like them. And, you know, and it's a different experience when you're drawing somebody from life. It's just like you're looking at people differently. You look at shapes differently and the form differently and lines differently and stuff. So
and then you'll be high. So how exciting.
You're gonna be high, and you'll be sipping a little bit. So you'll be,
all at the same damn time.
Same damn time. You got some music playing. You have some Jill Scott playing while we just
not
the Jill Scott.
Some Ari Lennox. You know
okay.
Some J. Cole, like, you know what I mean? Just some vibes.
Yeah.
Man, we gonna kill it. We gonna kill it. Who doesn't want to be a part of something like that on a Saturday night?
Yes. So October 7th, again, we're gonna keep plugging this because I keep getting people come back in. So October 7th, our ZenFest, BildaBlunt ZenFest, and Puff and Paint. Like we're saying, plenty of vendors, plenty of experiences. Of course, it's 420 friendly, so 21 and up. There are VIP tickets that can be found. Check out the link that is pinned in this live. Thank you guys for joining. We are just extending this live longer than all the other ones because now we are all lit. So welcome. SisterSoulSessions, episode 9. I'm talking to Omar. Yes, episode 9.
You beat me to it.
I know. I'm good. Yes.
You Joe Budden.
Right. I was watching Joe Budden podcast earlier.
I stopped watching it after he kicked off Maul and Rory, bro. Like I couldn't.
I like the new show better, so man. And then it's gonna be Sister Soul Sessions like that, okay? So.
Right.
But
Thank
yes.
y'all for tuning in to Sister Soul Session episode 9. It is past my bedtime, and I am stoned.
Thank you guys.
BildaBlunt. We're just gonna keep plugging because I just keep getting more people coming into my life.
Anybody wants anything? Hit me up. Free shipping, free delivery. Well,
Hello.
Oh, free shipping, free delivery. Hold on.
Got the newest flavor.
All right, that's why I said hello.
Free delivery. Don't play with me.
Don't play with it. But yes. LA brands, California
LA
based,
brands.
but you know,
Get at me.
so the real stuff.
If you're out of state, still get at me. We can we have sponsors. We like sponsors. Sponsors help us out with our VIPs, and our VIPs in turn help you guys out by reposting and tagging and things like that to help get your brand seen by their audience and everything like that. We're just trying to make it a holistic process.
Yes.
Okay.
Wellness. So yep, medicated with the meditation class is what I'm most excited for. But
when you pitched that to me, I was like, what? Yes.
Yes.
And then you pitched the yoga. I was like, this is exactly what we need, because we had the spot that is we keep getting back into conversations. You gotta go.
I know, Amanda's gonna pass this out.
We can't keep getting into conversations. Next time.
Yes, that's for another session. But again, check out the link that is pinned in this live. Thank you, everybody who tuned in. And, of course, to our special guest, Omar of BildaBlunt. Check out the BildaBlunt store. And, of course...
And another one.
Thank you to my co-host, my little sister, Amanda. And you guys have a wonderful night. Thank you for tuning in to Sister Soul Sessions. Good
Bye.
night, everyone.